Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Domino Hotshots, issue number 5 of 5. This was a good series. Did it end on a great note? It ended on a good note. I do think it was a little underwhelming, considering we're dealing with some serious cosmic proportions, though. I don't know the cause of that. I don't know the reason for that. I'm reporting my opinion on a comic book, that's all. Let's talk about this comic book, though. There were some really, really good moments in here, though, and we're going to talk about all that after Pearson Airport comes down over here. Cold War, part 5 of 5. Gail Simone is the writer. David Baldeon and Michael Shelfer are the artists. Jim Charmalampidis is the colorist. I'm sorry, dude. You come at me with a Greek name, I'm gonna butcher it, okay? And not intentfully, not intentfully. VC's Clayton Cowles on letters. R.B. Silva and Federico Bellini doing the the cover art. I'm glad that they're giving Federico some covers. I heard that you make a lot of money doing covers, and he deserves it. What do you got here? Art by Rion Gonzalez. That's for the opening title page thing. And Jay Bowen and Anthony Gambino are the graphic designers. All right. So I still stand by what I said about Domino Hotshots being an animated TV series, because I think that would be freaking awesome. This story went in the whole story arc was a cosmic one, where Domino gives up great power only for her to forget that to miss that there's somebody else there. Well, fortunately, like literally, fortunately for everybody on Earth and possibly in all of creation, we all forgot about White Fox. Thankfully, Gail Simone didn't forget about White Fox, because yeah, she turned out to be the hero of the day. Hero of the day in so much as she proved that she is everything that Domino said or was afraid that she might be. She is not that. She is not a government agent, as it says. Everybody here wound up becoming something more than their government agency. And remember, that was a big deal that was presented with all of these characters, minus Domino's crew. They're just mercenaries, but everybody else, they were there doing it for a country or another. When Shoon'kwa, the Atlas Bear, made mention, or yelled out loud her battle cry, "For Wakanda!" I saw it as something more than that, but Gail showed that it's not. She really did mean just for the country of Wakanda. That's a shame, because there's certain places, certain countries, certain flags that stand for a whole lot more. I understand that we Americans don't scream out, "For America!" When I was in the military, we never trained and screamed out, "For America!" We would be freaking no way. We'd never lived it down, ever. Call us like Private America or something like that. It's just ridiculous. But I could see them doing that for Wakanda. And before we're so quick to, shoot that down, remember, for Sparta, for Rome, these are real places where these shouts actually were historically documented as being battle cries, because these were places, and these were not only countries, well, or city-state in Sparta's case. These were actually more than that. This was an idea. This was something like a culture behind the name of a country. It was something more than just dirt, you know what I'm saying, and a couple of trees. And that's what Wakanda really is. In my opinion, that is a strong, it's a great battle cry for certain countries, you can see Captain America say it, at least. But for the main thing that I liked about this comic book is that even though the book itself seemed to, I don't know, be a little quieter than I want it to be, like, Domino gets unlimited power, and if it was almost any other character, I'd be pissed that the day was won by one Celestial punching another Celestial in the mush, as it is. That would have been really frustrating, but it is Domino. It is Nina Thurman, so I get it. That's who she is. That's how she expresses her unlimited cosmic power. But the takeaway that I really got from this was Shoon'kwa. This is a character that Gail Simone created, mind you. Now, it seems as though this comic book isn't going to continue. I gotta be honest, I don't see any reason for it to continue. The way that this arc ended, I'm okay with the title just ending. I'm going to be sad to not see Domino continue, if that's really going to be the case. Maybe we can go back to the regular Domino volume, because I was really especially cool with that. But that being said, if it's not to be, then it's not to be. That sucks. Gail did a lot of interesting new things with Domino's power, her luck manipulation. It's not just the idea of, oh, I'm luckier than you. No, she actually really used it in pretty amazing ways that I've never seen it explored before. And I don't think that the world is a worse place having a Domino comic book in it, but it is what it is. What I would like to see is for Gail to do a Shoon'kwa book, an Atlas Bear book. Because when Atlas Bear said later on, this is more than just about countries, I thought that she'd had that, but she apparently didn't. But now she's learning. That right there is a story in and of itself. A conversation about the difference between nationalism and actual patriotism. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. And nationalists usually call themselves patriots, but they're actually just nationalists. What do you call it? A true patriot is willing to look at the flaws of their country. Is that something that Gail Simone should necessarily be doing? Maybe, if she's actually got that story to tell. But either way, I would really like to see the further development of Atlas Bear. I think that this is actually a really cool character, and I would love to see the character get a little bit more depth put into her. And if that means a solo book, so be it. Or a book where she's leading a new team, so be it. Let's see it. There's already a Black Panther book. There's already going to be an Agents of Wakanda book. There's already a Shuri book. With a movie that did as well as it did, I don't think it would be bad to throw in a fourth book in there, right? Plus, okay, there's technically already a fourth book because the leader of the Avengers, right? So, yeah, a fifth book. I'm down with it because it's a different character. There doesn't have to be crossover. Once in a while, sure, but anyway, you know what? I'm not here to write a book. I'm here to talk about what I would love to see based off of what I read from this. I did like the way that it ended. I wasn't enamored with the way it ended. It kind of just like, hey, by the way, we ran out of pages. In fact, if this was a She-Hulk book back in the day, back in the 90s, I'm positive that's exactly what would have been written. Well, looks like we're out of pages, so I guess we'll wrap it up here. Bye, guys. And that's kind of a shame. But I also wouldn't necessarily want to see this dragged out for another issue, and that's exactly what I feel like it would have been. Beautiful cut, like, God, who's not going to love that cover? And there's a great concept. And while the ending didn't necessarily fall flat, it wasn't anything that was going to make fireworks, But I will say this. There was a name that was mentioned in here, a name that all mutants know. You know what I'm talking about if you read this book. If we're going to continue with another story with Domino, I think that's the story we need to talk about, isn't it? Anyway, guys, we're done. We're done, all right? All of the mutant books had to end because next week we got Jonathan Hickman. So Jonathan Hickman's coming in, Powers of X, House of X, the X's, all right? They're all coming in. Anybody who's a divorcee knows how messed up that is, but I'm looking forward to all of it, and that means that slowly we could start introducing a lot more X titles coming out soon. Could we see another Domino? Yes, we could. No complaints from this guy. Anyway, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.